He had nothing, but he still chose kindness. Ethan Miller was 26. He lived in a small, crumbling one-room house on the edge of Cedar Falls, Iowa. The roof leaked when it rained. The paint peeled from the walls. The kitchen had more empty shelves than food. Inside that fragile home lived the most precious thing in his world, his 7-month pregnant wife, Lily. That morning, Lily handed him a small cup of weak coffee. "Be safe," she whispered, forcing a smile. He kissed her forehead gently. "I'll bring something home tonight." They both knew there wasn't much left in the pantry. On his way to search for work, Ethan walked along the river trail that cut through town. That's when he saw him. An elderly man in an expensive coat lay on the ground, clutching his chest. Pills were scattered beside him. His breathing was shallow. "Sir, stay with me!" Ethan dropped to his knees. The old man weakly pointed toward the pills. Ethan scrambled, picked one up, and helped him swallow it. Minutes passed. The man's breathing slowly steadied. "You saved me," the old man whispered. He pulled out his wallet, offering cash. Ethan stepped back. "No, sir, you needed help, that's all." And he walked away. Later that day, Ethan found temporary work at a construction site. He carried heavy bricks, pushed loaded handcarts, dragged hoses to water fresh cement walls. His hands bled, his back ached, but he kept working. What he didn't know, the man he had saved that morning was watching. Charles Whitmore, owner of Whitmore Developments, a man who had lost his wife and son in a plane crash 3 years ago. A man who hadn't smiled since. One afternoon, Charles saw something that stopped him. During lunch break, Ethan quietly gathered leftover food from discarded trays. He placed it carefully into a small plastic container. No shame, just quiet purpose. After work, Charles followed him. Ethan walked to that broken little house, knocked gently. The door opened. Lily stood there, glowing despite her worn dress. When Ethan handed her the food, her eyes lit up like it was a feast. They sat on the floor, shared every bite, laughed softly. Charles stood outside, tears filling his eyes. He looked at the cracked walls, the sagging roof, the love inside that tiny space. And something in him broke and healed at the same time. The next morning, Charles made a call, then another. Within days, massive trucks rolled into the neighborhood. Workers arrived, materials arrived, plans were drawn. Ethan and Lily stood in disbelief as their crumbling home was rebuilt into a beautiful, strong house. Then Charles stepped forward. "You helped me when I was alone," he said gently. "It's my turn." Ethan's eyes filled with tears. Weeks later, Lily went into labor. At the hospital, she gave birth to twin babies. When Ethan walked into the room, he froze. His wife, his newborn son and daughter, and beside them stood Charles, smiling, not as a businessman, but as family. Charles Whitmore didn't just rebuild a house, he adopted a son. He gained a daughter. He gained 2 grandchildren. Kindness doesn't disappear. It returns, bigger, stronger, at the moment you least expect it. If you believe kindness always finds its way back, drop a heart. And remember, even when you have nothing, you can still choose to give everything.